We're going to see.
With the second selection in the 2005 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Ronnie Brown, running back, Auburn.
Well, among other things, Nick Saban knows him darn well, having coached in that league for a long, long time. SEC football, he saw these Auburn running backs up front and center.
Really did. You look at a neat area. It was #1 on the Dolphins in terms of a running back. They had to prioritize that. Obviously, moving down could have been in the cards. Were they going to get value for that pick? Obviously, Nick Saban didn't feel it was enough to pass on the second opportunity in the draft to take a Ronnie Brown, who he knows very well, coaching at LSU in the SEC, seeing Ronnie Brown, Cadillac Williams, all those other great players in the SEC. You look at Ronnie Brown. The criticism was, well, he never started. It was all about Cadillac. Cadillac was the guy. Ronnie Brown was complimentary. Go back to 2002. Cadillac was hurt last 6 games with the fibula. In stepped Ronnie Brown. During that season, he put up over 1,000 yards, averaged almost 6 yards a carry, and scored 13 touchdowns for it. This kid proved that year as a full-time back he could get the job done.
And as you know, Nick Saban is well acquainted with Ronnie Brown of Auburn because they played in the same Southeastern Conference. And I got to tell you, Nick Saban shows he already understands what the draft is about. The word for the last 3 or 4 days, it's Braylon Edwards, it's Braylon Edwards, it's Braylon Edwards. Why? Because Nick Saban certainly wanted to trade out of that spot if he could get a couple of value picks for him. But where's their greatest need? Yes, they need a quarterback. Yes, they could need a receiver, but it really is at running back, where certainly Ricky Williams is a huge question mark.
Well, not only is it a question mark, it's a pall over the franchise the way it is right now. Not their fault, but a pall over the franchise. You're changing what, okay, they had a big-time back who carried 35 times a game, and now they had nobody that could do that. So Ronnie Brown, now look, he didn't, quote, start. Can he carry the ball 25 times?
That's the question, Chris. That's something he's going to have to answer at the pro level. Can he be the main guy that can carry it 25, 30 times a game? But you're watching a kid here. You look at a kid 6 foot and change, 230 to 235 pounds with 4.45 speed. Look at the ability here to catch the football down the field, not just on screens and swing passes. Look at a kid here that can block. Talk about getting Cadillac and Ronnie Brown on the field at the same time. They were able to do that at Auburn this past season. This is a kid who was very productive when he had the opportunity in a lot of different ways. Running with the football, catching it, adequate blocker. Actually, of the Benson, Cadillac, Ronnie Brown threesome there, that triumvirate, Ronnie Brown probably was the most questionable blocker. That's an area he needs to upgrade a bit. But I think the durability concern is there. Will he be able to hold up? He had some minor nicks at Auburn over the long haul when he's the main guy, Torrey.
Well, he will find out. We will find out quickly. With Saban being familiar with this guy, he will get him the football 20 to 25 times a game.
And the question is, Mort, I want to ask you this. The chart that everybody goes by. You got
With the 5th selection in the 2005 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Carnell Williams, running back, Auburn.
And so how about not only 3 running backs in the first 5, which is unheard of, but 2 running backs, same team, first 5. 2 Auburn running backs of the top 5. My goodness. I mean, Auburn should have been in the NFC South.
Hey, Chris, go back in Auburn's history. Remember Joe Cribbs? Remember James Brooks? Bo Jackson? List goes on and on. This is a program, exactly, that has produced a lot of running backs over the years. Now 2 in the top 5. Cadillac's hero was the late, great Walter Payton. And you see that Walter Payton running style, attacking defenders. And I think he takes great pride in hurting defenders. I tell you what, in the box, between the tackles, he is at his best. Great feet, great vision. And you talk about with that style at 217 pounds, up from about 205, 210, can he be durable at the pro level? Well, he was durable at Auburn, and the only injury he had was that fibula 2002. Since that time, he's been spectacular. He proved even as a freshman he could carry it 41 times against Georgia. Great improvement as a pass receiver out of the backfield. I thought it was majorly questionable in that area as a junior. Worked on it hard and became better and more reliable as a senior.
That's the only question that I have on Cadillac, is his durability. A guy being 5'10", 217 pounds, can he continuously take that pounding in the National Football League? And I know he did when he was in Auburn, but it's different when Variable and Rodney Harrison is hitting on a consistent rate.
Attacking defenders, Torrey.
With the 9th selection in the 2005 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Carlos Rogers.
That's correct.
Cornerback, Auburn.
That's correct. There's Rattle. We got shake, we got roll, now we got rattle. He's a There's some that say that some have him rated the highest corner on their board.
They do, and I think Mort said, hey, they're drafting for need. Teams now are specifying what we have to have, and they have to have a corner and a wide receiver. And cornerback, obviously, with Fred Smoot now a Minnesota Viking, a priority. You look at Carlos Rogers, 6 foot and change, 195, ran a 4.44 at the combine, vertical 40.5 inches, and he eliminated. I'll tell you, the Auburn coaches said that there was only about 20% of the pass plays went after Carlos Rogers. Teams this year avoided his side of the field because he basically at the college level eliminated half the field and did a heck of a job. You could argue he was the most steady and most reliable corner in the country this season. He earned the right, after maybe being a second-round pick going into the year, he earned the right to be a top 10 pick. Now 3 cornerbacks off the board. Great opportunity for Rogers in Washington. Rashawn Springs and no Fred Smoot. Great opportunity to start. Corey, hold on, what I asked.
With the 25th selection in the 2005 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Jason Campbell, quarterback from Auburn.
Well, we do know this. There was a leak.
Yes.
Well,
There was a leak.
Listen, I think it wasn't a leak as much as it was they didn't cover a base, Mel.
Yeah, I think when you look at this particular pick, it is surprising because they want to win now, and Jason Campbell's for the future. So obviously Joe Gibbs isn't thinking about just this season. He says, hey, we had 1 first-round pick, now we get another. We don't have a lot of picks. Give up picks next year, but he feels this is the right quarterback. And Jason Campbell had a great season and a career where he won 31 games. That's the most ever by an Auburn signal caller. And the thing that's impressive is not just accuracy, completion percentage, but ball placement, putting the ball where the receiver, be it a wideout or a tight end, can keep in stride and maximize that reception with yards after the catch. That's the one area of Jason Campbell's game that was very impressive as the quarterback coaches studied this kid and evaluated this kid and moved him from maybe a 3rd-round pick into the 2nd round and then into the late 1st round, very late in this process.
But when Len Pasquarelli of ESPN.com reported on Tuesday that they had made this trade targeting Jason Campbell, Joe Gibbs was actually visiting Campbell at Auburn, along with Bill Musgrave, the quarterback coach, and it was after that visit that they consummated the trade in order to get into this slot. And Joe Gibbs was livid about this thing.